Yeah, I think Saurabh, we can start now. Yes.
Morning to all. I welcome you to all to the 151st webinar of Saturday webinar series. I'm Swarab, working at Manage CIA. The Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship is a center of excellence in agribusiness incubation hosted at Manage Hyderabad. It is one of the leading agribusiness incubators in India. We have incubated more than 500 agri startups and from various sectors of agri and allied sector, having trained startups in agro processing, post harvesting technologies, value addition, farm mechanization, etc. The topic for today's session is warehouse management opportunity and challenges for agri startups. We have two speakers joining us today. Today, I will first introduce Mr. Rohit Patidar, who is a warehouse coordinator at Gramophone Agritech and has more than 3 years of experience in Agritech field and with expertise in B2B sales management and warehousing operations. He has also expertise in driving business growth and sales management, startup planning, and efficient warehouse operation. With this short note, I request Mr. Rohit to take over the session.
Okay.
Yeah, Rohit, I have made you the presenter so that you can able to share the screen.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, your screen is loading now, Rohit. Please make
Okay.
it to the slideshow.
My screen is visible.
Yeah, screen is visible. Please make it in full screen. Slideshow mode.
Okay.
Yeah, Rohit, good to go now.
First of all, good morning, everyone. I am warm welcome to each one of you to the insightful webinar on opportunities and challenges for agri startup. First of all, big thanks for team manage and CEO manage. They are invited to me of this webinar. So my name is Rohit Patidar. I am a warehouse coordinator at Gramophone Agriculture, and I have more than 3+ year experience in agri-tech startups. I have more than gained knowledge, B2B sales, operations, warehousing, and corporate management. So today, next 20 minutes, I will share my knowledge with you on this topic, warehouse management in agriculture sector. Right. So if you all have permission to me, I have started. So let's start. Today topic is very important, guys, because warehousing is the backbone of Indian agriculture industries. You are all know agriculture sector is a backbone of Indian economy. So this is most important topic, warehouse management in agriculture. So because agriculture sector is play major important role in Indian economies. So the is Indian agriculture important role. So agriculture sectors warehousing is important role in input, agri input and agri output. Input input materials and post harvest management, both are them. So today we will start my presentation. Today we will discuss about this key point, types of warehouse in agriculture sector, major types we will discuss it, opportunities in warehouse management, challenges in warehouse management, and last one, conclusion of question answers. So major types of warehouse in agriculture sectors, I will show you 5 types: cold storage, dry storage, operation warehouse, seed storage, manufacturing and packaging warehouse. So let's see what are the major types of warehouse in agriculture industry. First one, cold storage warehouse. Cold storage are used types of cold storage like perishable agriculture products, or they are long storage such as apples, potatoes, and frozen meats. So they are required to long-term storage. This type storage maintain temperature, humidity, and all other mm, required agriculture inputs shelf life. Second, our dry storage warehouse. This type of warehouse used for grains and seed storage and dairy products. And this type of warehouses normally used all over of India. In this warehouse, structured are simple and minimum facilities. They are provided minimum facilities, not advanced technology. Next one, our manufacturing and seed storage. Next, fourth point, our manufacturing and packaging warehouse. These warehouses are hub innovation of agriculture produce and transformed to market ready goods. So this type of warehouse used by manufacturing companies, assembling companies, and they are used for large scale production and storage for agriculture inputs. Next, our operational warehouse. So different types of operational warehouse according to their uses like e-commerce, bulk supply, and retail distribute. So first of our e-commerce supply examples, our Agritech, Gramophone Agritech, Dehat, Bighat, and AgroStar companies. They are efficient to handle and ship product order online. They are shipped end consumer, directly connected. Second on bulk supply, this type warehouse plays a role in bulk supply, B2B business like manufacturing to super stockist. And third one, retail supply. This type warehouse are key distribution for center, village connectivity, direct farmers connectivity. And this type of warehouse, a wide range of agriculture products, they are supplies. Next one, our topic, opportunities in warehouse management. So first of all, the job opportunities, we are talk about both job and startups. So first of all, we talk about job opportunities. So in the warehouse field, job opportunities, but I will show you only top major roles. If you want to job warehousing, so you can apply this post. First, warehouse manager. Second, warehouse supervisor, inventory control specialist, quality control inspector, logistic coordinator, supply chain manager, safety officer, data analyst, packing advisor, technology automation specialist, and cold storage technician. In this all of position play different role in smooth operation of agriculture warehouse. If you choose your role play out. Second, opportunities in warehouse management as a startup entrepreneurship. So if you start a startup in a warehouse management in agriculture sector, you can establish your own warehouse, technology based solution startup. Third one, warehousing service provider, yeah, agency startup, as you choice. First, I will teach you establish your own warehouse startup. Build a smart warehouse, operate a smart warehouse that reduce energy consumption, optimize storage condition, and improve efficiency. You all can start agri-tech warehouse in no doubt, but you can prepare first now the challenges, right? So first of all, establish your in this type own warehouse. बिल्ड स्मार्ट वेयर हाउस, आप एक स्मार्ट वेयर हाउस बनाकर उसे रेंटल प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. कोल्ड स्टोरेज बनाकर भी आप उसे रेंट पर या अदर कंपनी से टाई अप करके प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. एंड एग्री फोकस्ड पैकेजिंग सॉल्यूशन, दे help you solve a problem other manufacturers and companies to packaging problem. So you have solved them and you have provide your packaging facilities. Second one, a technology-based startup. These are integrated warehouse automation solution, software solution like inventory management and other housekeeping solution. So develop your technology driven automation solution, AI based and product handling software. Second, inventory management, like you are controlled the data, like inward and outward, all in one thing. Third one is warehousing service provider, agency and startup. So warehousing service, you are different type, like cold chain logistics startup. You can build and manage cold chain and provide other manufacturers, suppliers and other companies. You as a service provider. Last mile delivery service, you are as a delivery partner, join other manufacturers, companies and other startups. These are service based startup. And third one, warehouse networking platform. You can create a digital platform. There you connect farmers, FPOs, farmer groups, NGOs, and required to there you connect both of them, warehouse and consumer. Fourth point of warehouse security and housekeeping solution. You can develop advanced security and housekeeping solution for agriculture warehouses in almost demanded. And fifth one is warehouse management consultancy. You can provide a consultancy services if you have a good knowledge of warehouse management. You are open as consultancy services and you serve your knowledge as a service based. Last one, sixth point, machinery rental services. You can provide or rent the necessary machineries and equipment useful for agriculture warehouses. Because most of machineries are not डिमांड रहती है बट हर एक के पास अवेलेबल नहीं रहती है, तो आप इस तरीके की एक मशीनरी बेस्ड स्टार्टअप लेके आप उसे प्रोवाइड करवा सकते हैं रेंटल बेस्ड. You can provide all these services to agro-based companies, FPOs, farmer groups, and cooperative societies. So next one, we are talk about challenges in warehouse management. So challenges in warehouse management, I will teach you. You can start an agri-tech warehouse, no doubt, but you can prepare first and now the all challenges of agri-tech industries. First of capital fund. Capital fund is biggest problem because in starting a startup, if you start a warehouse, you must have 70% capital fund of total project cost. You have must 70% capital cost. Second one is operational cost. These are big challenges for startups because startup is own and operational cost is running cost बिफोर रेवेन्यू. आपका रेवेन्यू बाद में आता है, पहले आपको कॉस्ट ऑपरेशन के लिए कॉस्ट आपके पास पहले होनी चाहिए. कॉम्पिटिटर एनालिसिस, यू शुड ऑलवेज कॉम्पिटिटर एनालिसिस. फर्स्ट challenges infrastructure and location. You should be prepare a layout design, find the best location before establishment. Fifth one is seasonal fluctuations. You have must knowledge about seasonal crop rotation and market demand. What about your location areas, seasonal crop rotation and the market demand. Sixth one is technology investment. You are provided technology investment. You are provide a service based startup. You must knowledge technology investment and you keep in the mind technology investment overall cost if you are service provide. Supply chain integration. They are most important facilities because transportation facilities are not available in every location, but you should provide these supply chain integration facilities, but you should research about before any startup. Eighth point of quality control. This always required a quality control in any type of warehouses. Security and theft prevention. These are always required all type of warehouses. Last one is business scaling. This is most important, business scaling, because most of startups are not improve their business. These are many different type of challenges. Next one is my last one slide, conclusion. And my conclusion is too short and straightforward because lots of opportunities in warehouse management and automation, Before you start a warehousing business, proper research and prepare for challenges like signal fluctuation, competitors and locations, and your investment. You can start with unique and different warehouse services that you competitors do not have. अगर आप जिस एरिया में आप अगर एक वेयर हाउस स्टार्टअप कर रहे हैं या सर्विस बेस्ड स्टार्टअप कर रहे हैं, तो आप पहले से रिसर्च करें कि आपके कॉम्पिटिटर्स के पास में क्या सर्विसेज है और क्या नहीं है. And all these types of warehouse are profitable if you have mind कि profitable or not, but all these types of warehouse are profitable. So thank you so much. Hi Amit.
Yeah. Thank you, Rohit. I must say the basics actually of the warehouse management you mainly talked
Yes.
about. What are the different sorts of warehouses are there which are comes into the existence, and mainly you talked about the opportunities that the startups can bring it on. Although there are different challenges and problems are there in the rural areas mainly, if I mainly focus on. So you
Yes.
are mentioning rightly pointed out that the gaps are there where these agri startups can look into these opportunities to convert and run their agri startups. So thanks. And although in each sector there are challenges are there, I think these challenges will give the ideas to the startups to trigger on. So thank you. Very short and I must say a very basic presentation, but very important at the same time to point it out the problems in this warehouse management. With this note, I would thank you to you and welcome to our second speaker, Rohit Patidar. But sorry, the Vishal Vivek. But before that, I would request to the participants, if you have any questions to the speakers, you can put it into the chat box, or you may raise the hands. We will directly take it to the speakers after the Vishal session. So Vishal, I welcome you. I request to Saurabh to introduce him.
I welcome Mr. Vishal Vivek, CEO and founder of Uki Hem Foundation. He is an entrepreneur having more than 13 years of experience. He started his Uki Foundation, Hem Foundation in 2019, which is helping farmers and artisans of the Uttarakhand. They strive to improve the economic and social conditions of these farmers who have abandoned their homes and families in search of opportunities. He is also recognized as an inspiring Indian by the Times Group. With this short note, I would like to request him to take over. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you, everyone, and welcome all participants in this webinar. Though I don't know you, I just can see your name on the screen as participants. So if you can introduce yourself by putting your name and a startup and what you do shortly, like just one line, that would be awesome, and give me some ideas to like customize my presentation according to your requirements. So as Rohit was telling you about all the kinds of warehouses and things like that, which is amazing because you need those basic kinds of information. But as an entrepreneur, here I am today to give you the bigger picture. Why warehousing? Why is it necessary? Because before I start my presentation, I'm going to tell you what you are going to get from this episode. So I will give you the bigger picture. Why warehouse? Why now? Because warehouse was considered a very boring business, very boring. Like just in the last decade, it became very, like people are talking more about it. Otherwise, it's a very basic thing. So why today? And what are the opportunities? Because as an entrepreneur, I just need to show you that you can go to the moon, and then you have to strive to get a rocket to go to the moon, and that is your job. But to tell you what are the possibilities, because I will tell about myself also. I am Vishal Vivek, and I have run an IT company for 10 years and scaled it up, and then I sold it, and then now I work with in hemp. Hemp bhang ko kehte hain. We make hemp foods, hemp plastic, hemp textiles, and we export, and we work with more than 2,000 farmers. So I think I have some insights to help you understand uh, what are the challenges and all. So let me start my presentation, and also like feel free to put your questions whenever you want. I will try to give you the bigger picture, but yeah. So let me start. Okay. So startups and participants. So we are going to talk about warehouse management challenges and opportunity for agri startups, because you are agri startups. And as I told you that when I was explaining what you are going to learn, I was telling that why the need to talk about warehousing right now, because what is happening, the population of the world is increasing at a very fast speed, and also a lot of people are moving from lower background to middle class background, and middle one to higher background, and all of them need instant gratification. So say for example, the population is increasing and a lot of people are moving to urban area and their income level is increasing also, so they want some instant things instantly. Say for example, I live in Faridabad, I can get a thing by Grofer, which is Blinkit now, in 15 minutes by ordering. So I need instant gratification, but for that there should be a backend where all these things are managed, and that is the warehouse, that is the storehouse. Also, what happens that nowadays, due to climate variation, a lot of uncertainty is there in the terms of the in the production of the crops, in terms of the output. So you recently you saw someone is messaging on the group chat also that about the tomato pricing. So you saw like tomato pricing went so up, and this happens every year, 2 years. Something like sometimes it is onion, sometimes it is tomato, but some things go very high, something go very low. So it happens because of overproduction or underproduction. So I will come to that later. Also, what happens that due to uneven distribution, some place can have a lot of material, like uh, say tomato is grown in an area in a big amount, but somewhere it might be in a scarcity. But due to the flow of knowledge or flow of information, the information from this side can't reach to that side. So here warehousing and distribution and communication comes into, I will explain later. So, and also, since I said you, like a lot of the population is increasing, a lot of people uh, uh, are like coming on this search every year, and the problem is a lot of people don't have access to like food and nutrition. So this thing can help. How, I will explain now. So if you see, the food grain production was around 50 million metric ton in 1951 when we became
Kushal,
independent.
sorry to interrupt you in between, but we
Yeah.
are still in the first slide. Yeah, yeah, it's now
Oh,
moving.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Can
now
you see now?
moving. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Did you see this one? Yeah.
yes, yes. The third slide I can. The second slide I can see
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Okay. Now, so I was explaining this one earlier. Now I am going to this one. So this slide, if you see, in during our independence, we were producing around 50 million metric ton of food grain. Now it has almost 6 times. The population has increased, the production has increased, and the population has increased, both increased. But the problem is that since India is a land of a small farmer, marginal farmers, so most of the people has land holding lower than 2 hectare of land. I will tell you, I have met thousands of farmers in Uttarakhand, and not even 2 hectare. Like most of the farmers had less than half acre of land. So what they, if they produce something, what happens that it a lot of things go waste in during, like a lot of things go waste into pre-processing, transport, storage, and packaging, because of during storage, insects, molds, bacteria, birds, all this destroy things. Also, like natural things like rain and humidity can also contaminate the production. So, but at the end of the day, as I said earlier, that people are moving from middle to higher and lower to middle, so they need high quality product, standardized products, and here the role of the warehouse comes into effect. But before that, I will give you some data. So if you see this slide, can you see this slide? Fifth number.
Yeah, yeah. It's on the screen.
Okay. Okay. So if you see this is guys, around 9% of the total production is wasted during the storage. Like if you see here my cursor, 2 to 4% is in like wastage here, and also 2 to uh, 1 second, yeah, and 2 to 5% is wastage here. So around up to 9% of the total production of food item goes waste, which is a big amount because a lot of people are not having the right access to food. So by focusing on distribution and by disrupting like warehousing, we can make these stop these spillages and make the grain reach to the right people. Now if you see, lot of almost all the like warehousing is controlled by either government agencies like Food Corporation of India, Central Warehousing Corporation, or state warehousing corporations. So total warehousing capacity of India right now is very inadequate, very low, because India needs warehousing capability of around 260 million metric ton, but we just have 115. So there's a lot of scope for private players and people and entrepreneurs and visionaries like you who are going to be the future of India. Now, can you see my screen with the penguin? Kiwi.
We are still
Hello.
on a fifth slide.
Okay. Okay, this one. Okay, I think there's some. Can you see now?
Yes, I can see the Food Corporation of India's
Okay,
slide
yeah,
supply the demand.
yeah. Now, so this is the
Yes, yeah.
quick one. Yeah.
Now I can see. Yes.
So if you see, most of the warehousing and all is, as I was saying, is controlled by either central government, or only 30 million metric ton is done by private sector, and there's a lot of scope for private players because 115 million metric ton is only can be warehoused. Remaining is, there's a lot of scope, and so there's a lot of uh, demand, but supply is less, and almost double of that is required. So, and most of the farmers in the rural villages don't go to like state of the art warehousing and all, because they usually use conventional method of like storing in mud or bamboo, uh, uh, like warehouses, like temporary made, and there's a lot of spillage and all, which can be stopped. What are the key challenges of warehousing in India though? Why people are not adopting? So the major problem is that we don't have access to technology, and we don't, and also like it needs a lot of capex, as Rohit was saying. So the major problems and the key challenges for warehousing in India is the infrastructure, because you need infrastructure in terms of roads, and also we work in a lot of villages in India, in Uttarakhand, where aaj bhi road nahi jati. Today also you have to travel by foot to these villages. So you can imagine वहाँ पे warehouse कैसे बनेगा, या वहाँ के लोग farmers, how can they be able to sell their product to market? Land land availability is a big problem, because the rate of land is going up and up every day, and it becomes very difficult to acquire lands, because every state had different law for the land acquisition, and it makes it very difficult. But at the same time, I will tell you, because you are entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, every problem is an opportunity. You have to find that opportunity by thinking inside. Also, we have lack of standardization in India, and if I move to other because since it's the capex heavy business, lack of credit, the cost of money, which is the cost of credit, is also very high, because uh, banks will not give you loan easily, or if you go to private players or local players, they can charge you higher. Also, this market is mainly dominated by unorganized players. Besides, their power outages and long transit time because of the roads and all, and complex tax regime. The good thing is that, guys, you are living in the right time, and because now the government is working on a lot. They are making roads. As I said, that there's a village in Bageshwar, Uttarakhand, where roads don't go till now today, but they are making roads today. So it's a good time that every part, nook and corner of India is being connected by a road and transport, and they all are connected to internet already. So there's going to be a gold rush very soon. So what is the opportunity here? So since you know the problem, there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of demand, how you can leverage that. So I will just give you one simple slide and I will close my speech, and then you can ask me questions. So this is the thing I wanted to tell you. So nowadays, a lot of new players, especially tech enabled, like Dehat or Argo, a lot of players are coming who, what they are doing, they are sourcing it from the farmers, storing it in their warehouses, and distributing it across their value chain by using machine language, AI, and also data science. What happens that, say, there's a lot of middlemen between the farmer and the market. So these startups are enabling the farmer to sell their product through their application or website, and this way the farmer get paid fast, and also uh, that the lack of middlemen lowers down the cost of the product. So I will give you an example here. In the traditional method, what happens that someone buys at 100 rupee, they add their margin uh, above the transport cost, and it goes to till it goes to the mandi, and from mandi to go to a small city and then to a big city. And so if someone buys 100 rupee onion in 100 rupee per kilo, the cost will be 168 rupee to retailers, and then they will add their margin and sell it. It's a traditional value chain. But if someone is selling to, say, a company like Argo or Dehat, what will happen that they can bypass the middleman. So if they are paying higher to the farmer, and they are they are storing it and distributing according to their data intelligence and all, and the effective cost to the retailer is 164. So you can see the difference, like they are saving 4 rupee here, and this will pass on to the consumers. So and it will also lower down the wastage. It will lower down a lot of things like carbon emissions, and also a lot of other problems. Also it will standardize the things because it is data driven. And so what I think, I will suggest you guys that since you guys are entrepreneurs, think about how you can, it's a big problem in India. It was very boring. Now government had many incentives like AIF, Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, and many other incentive for setting up warehouses. They are giving funds up to 2 crores in AIF. So you can think about doing something in warehousing, using tech, AI, ML, things like that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vishal. It was a really wonderful presentation, and what the things you put it, the opportunities and the problems, which are really is into this warehouse management for giving the insights. Thanks.
Thank you.
So yeah, with this we will move to the next session part of the Q question and answer. So I would request to the speakers, means participants, kindly put your questions in the chat box. We will take it one by one, and if you have the questions directly, you can raise the hands to ask directly to the speakers. We will take it. So yeah, these questions are coming up, but before that, Vishal and Rohit, I have a couple of questions from my end also that I will take it first, and then the participants. So when we're talking about the warehouse management, as the government is also trying hard to be make the warehouses available to the farmers, make it available in affordable prices to these farmers, and the intention is very much clear to get the prices for their produces. But still,
Yeah.
somehow it is not happening, and this is what the farmers are struggling, or there is no as kind of enthusiasm or the willingness is showing from the farmers' end. So, what is your take or insights on this part, that how the government side or maybe farmers, we can encourage them to avoid these facilities to get the better prices?
Yeah. Rohit, you want to go, or should I answer this
Yes,
question?
first you.
Okay, so very nice question here, because see, these people who are sitting in the audience are entrepreneurs. So they make way for the future generation. They are not, this is the difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. चांद पे इलॉन मस्क कोई नहीं पहले गया, तो इलॉन मस्क गया, रॉकेट बनाया. सेम वे में यू हैव टू फाइंड वेज. सो आई कैन कनेक्ट टू दिस क्वेश्चन बिकॉज when we started with hemp भांग को कहते हैं, तो everyone was saying हो भांग मतलब like it's a narcotic thing, and क्या होगा, हम फंस जाएंगे. So I personally, I used to live in Australia. I came to India. I sold my company and came to India, traveled in the village. And I convinced people that it's a good thing for the planet, for the people, and for you and for your future generations. And now a lot of people, like we have more than 2,000 applications till now. Same way, when there's a problem, you need to just hit that on its head. So and entrepreneurs, what happens usually, entrepreneurs think, or young entrepreneurs, the first time entrepreneurs think, oh, पहले कभी नहीं हुआ, तो कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, कोई प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पे, किसी ने कुछ नहीं किया, ये मॉडल एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है, या आईआईटी वालों ने नहीं किया, आईएम वालों ने किया, अमेरिका वालों ने भी नहीं किया, तो कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Just find a problem, look how big it is, and if you are really convinced about it, go about it. Make a way for the future generations. And I will tell you guys one thing. I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years, 13 years, and it is going to be a very tough journey, very tough journey, but it will be rewarding. So go ahead and hit the problem on the nail. So yeah, hope I answered the question.
Yeah. Rohit, you want to take something? You want to add something in it?
Okay, yes. तो आई विल टेल एग्री एंटरप्रेन्योर्स जो यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं, अगर वो एग्रीटेक स्टार्टअप में वेयर हाउसिंग लाइन्स में मतलब दे आर स्टार्ट योर ओन स्टार्टअप, तो आई विल ऑलरेडी टेल कि वेयर सर्विस बेस्ड, यू आर नॉट ओनली ओपन अ वेयर हाउस, यू आर प्रोवाइड अ सर्विस. So you are provide a unique services and your unique customer realization, like connect village to cities, direct agro produce transportations. They it will consume, and government of India already supported them, like APOs, NGOs, and subsidiary schemes. Government is likely efforts and support them. So if you entrepreneurs, it will take charge and start them.
Yeah. So, with whatever the discussion is happen with respect to our question, many questions are coming in that way. Maybe Vishal or Rohit, if you are aware, that any government schemes or any subsidies are there for the construction of the warehouses. I know it will require a huge amount of capital expenditure, but still, if someone wants to have the construction, maybe jointly with the FPOs, or maybe a group of farmers or the SHGs come together and they can form their own private warehouse, can it be possible? And any financial support is available from the government end, if you can highlight something about it. And I
So
think
as I
Vishal,
was
you
saying,
talked about the AIF also. Yeah.
yeah. So it's a very good program, I think, because we are looking into that ourselves also for one of our farmer group. So AIF gives you up to 2 crore of rupee for setting up a warehouse, also post processing or pre processing. So in case you also want to do something allied in that, say, because you, if you're just going to provide warehousing, instead of, you can provide warehousing plus sorting and grading for to the farmers, so that you can sort and grade and then market the product accordingly. So AIF is one of the schemes. There are many incubations like yourself who get a lot of different kind of funding opportunities on this as well. So either a specialized one for warehouses also there, like AIF and all. Also, you guys can look into cluster development schemes also, where you can uh, get 5 to 10 people on the same industry, and then you can approach MSME and they fund you up to 5 crore to 35 crore depending on the business plan and the range of the people. So there are few of the schemes which is available. Rest, you can also go do a Google search, and because it keeps on coming, as there are so many schemes and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In addition to the Vishal, Rohit, you want to say, or can I add into this question?
Yes. Uh, Already Vishal is covered almost.
Yeah. So yeah, AIF is a one very big scheme that is up to 2 crores. They can avail the loans, and it's a subsidized linked based scheme is there. But apart from that, APEDA is also mainly has crucially playing the role in terms of when it comes to the cold storages. So when it comes to the export or import related cold storage, APEDA is also subsidizing at a certain extent level. So the details, updated details I don't have, but you can Google it on the APEDA's website for the financial assistance. So APEDA is also is a long time actually before AIF only they are into this financial assistance scheme. So you will get the benefit from the scheme. Coming to the one more question of mine, but I will take one question from the participants that Mr. Purushottam is asking that can you connect the recent tomato prices? Prices are very much higher in across the country. So can we connect with the with the cold storage warehouse management for the getting the price stability from the farmers and from the consumers perspective? So yeah, Rohit or maybe Vishal, you can take this question.
Rohit, want to take or should I take?
Yes, yes, you are right.
Okay, it's a very good question. See, that is the thing we were talking about. Why is the need of the warehouse? So this is a fundamental problem. If you can't, a farmer, what happens, Abhi? A farmer overproduces or a lot of farmer produce something and अचानक से ज़्यादा production हो गया and the beach wale, जो brokers, they start pressurizing the farmers and all कि sell it on the lower rate and then they sell in the margin. Sometimes whatever that it the overproduction is there and you can't control the cost. If the warehousing system is there where you can keep the tomato for a longer period. So after a certain period of time, when the if flows and the demanded supply matches, then if you release the tomato in the market, and that is the need, that is the region warehouse can come into play. And now one thing, because this thing though looks very sporadic कि ये इस साल हो गया फिर 5 साल तक नहीं हुआ, but actually if you see the data, there is a pattern there. So if entrepreneurs like you think about designing system where you see the pattern, the historical pattern, and then you can predict also what kind of production, what kind of market demand is going to be there and how you can manage the demand and supply, then I think these kind of problems uh, can be avoided. It will not happen ever that it will not happen, but it can be avoided. And yeah, I think.
Yeah, very rightly mentioned, Vishal, that although the farmers are very smart enough than these ourselves because they are already in the field, but if they are let some data patterns, as you mentioned correctly, the cropping pattern, and if they look into the demand and supply in a which season, what products are having very good prices and which products are not getting good prices. So if they look into that, so kindly they might be is going to be help them to get the better prices. And although if it is not getting the good prices, the cold storage and warehouses are there from where they can manage it. So yeah, I have my different view on this perspective. Like tomato prices, everyone is talking about, but mainly when the farmers are getting good prices, then everyone is running behind it. So I don't know. I'm just predicting maybe in couple of months, if you see the tomato prices are going to falling down, and again there will be the issue will be there. So it's my own view that when the prices are higher for the product in the market, don't go for it for the production perspective. It's my what take. And when the prices are low, let's say nowadays the production of brinjal and the okra especially is coming into market, the supply is more and the prices are very less are getting to the farmers. So my view will be maybe in a coming year, in coming months, where prices going to be high because this is what the tendency usually the farmers are following. Yes, I think someone is putting that now tomatoes going down at 20 rupees. So what happens when the prices are more, the farmers are willing to take the more production of that product and they are not getting the prices. So when the prices are high in the market, go for the such a production. This is what my take. We do follow the reverse the strategy. And as Vishal correctly mentioned, we have to study the data, which is more important than the cropping pattern to avoid these such issues. And if not, then warehouse and cold storage are there to get that stability. Going to the next question is coming from my team only that there are different marketing stakeholders are there who are involved in this entire supply chain. Although it's not possible to eliminate this middlemen, especially who are taking a very good chunk in this market. But what do you think that the cold storages can be one of the solution? We can eliminate these intermediaries to get the better prices to the farmers and to the consumers as well.
Rohit, you want to go or should I go?
Yes, ओनली वेयर हाउसेज आर नॉट कंट्रोल देम, बट जैसे कि केवल वेयर हाउस या कोल्ड स्टोरेज इस चीज पे कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते. जैसे फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूस देयर commodities, so like bulk commodities and market availability is larger size.
Rohit, we lost you now. Not able to hear you. Hello, Rohit, can you hear me?
I
Vishal,
think we
can you able
lost
to
him.
hear him? Rohit, I think yeah, I think we
No,
have lost
I
him.
can't hear him. Yeah, we lost him.
Yeah,
So I will continue till the time Rohit comes. So
yeah,
the problem statement here is not to eliminate the middleman, because anyhow the problem is to optimize the distribution and the supply chain by having a warehouse. So when we are going to, your aim not should not be to eliminate someone or to get rid of someone, because the aim should be the smart distribution and supply chain of the product. So for that you are putting up a warehouse. Now when you know, say for example, you know कि okay अगले 6 महीने बाद there is going to be a scarcity for some product, say onion. So what you will do, you will store it if there is overproduction, so that, and then you will release the stock during the peak season. So the aim should be to optimize this thing, understand this thing, and also give a the aim should be to enable the farmer, because farmer is the only person who is always facing the problem, because he has taken loan from local vendors. He's into a vicious cycle, and so we need to protect the farmer, and for that we need this kind of warehousing, because ultimately who is going to suffer? The farmer is going to suffer. So if you have a better distribution, you are going to pay better to the farmer also. So that is the reason. So elimination of middleman not an option. Better distribution is for warehousing for better distribution.
yeah. Agreed, Vishal, with you. Well, we cannot eliminate this integral part of this ecosystem who are involved, but we have to make the more efficient supply chain.
Yeah.
Rohit, can you hear me? Because we lost you for the last few
Yes,
minutes.
sorry for my internet is disconnected.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
You want to add something in the
this
previous
topic,
question?
yes, all this covered.
Yeah. So yeah, this is what I hope you got the answer that we had to work on the supply chain management, and that's why really these agri startups are working maybe into the traceability point of view, or making the transportation system effectively. Maybe the blockchain, this technology is in the place where the adulteration or maybe the traceability where the what practices have happened, they are coming with a good solutions. And I think that is what a step forward we are looking to improvise the supply chain, and many startups are working in that. And at the end, there are many startups are working in the agri warehouse domain as well, to get the real time tracking about their produces, the quality, what quantity, and to just protect in a well manner their produce. So I think yeah, they are working hard in the improvising the supply chain management. In the participants, I can see Dr. Subroto has raised his hand. I'll unmute to Dr. Subroto. He can ask the question. Hello, Dr. Subroto, can you hear me?
Everybody, मैं एक किस
Hello.
जुड़ा हुआ
Hello, sir.
अभी आई एम फ्रॉम
Yes, sir.
ईस्टर्न
Yes, sir. You can ask the
महाराष्ट्र
question
एरिया.
directly to the speaker, sir.
तो हमारे यहाँ पर हम लोग एक वेयर हाउस अगर लगाते हैं, नीड बहुत है, तो इसकी एक इकोनॉमिक्स, जमीन कितना लगेगा और इसकी नॉर्मल रेट ऑफ रिटर्न, क्योंकि लोन तो ले लेंगे, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. प्रॉब्लम है उसकी EMI भरना। तो ये इनकम कैसे होते हैं और छोटी छोटी रिस्क क्या क्या है, उसको कैसे कवर करेंगे? थैंक यू।
Very good question, Dr. Shahab, just like your title, doctor. So the thing is that for that, I think a business consultant would be the better person, because it all depends where you are going to have the warehouse. The land cost will be the major cost. So what kind of warehouse, as Rohit was showing, different kind of warehouses and cold storage or what, like different kind of. So you need to determine that. And then there will be other factors also, like where there's a load connection or a load connection with electricity connection or not. What will be the additional cost? The say you are buying a land, but the land is low. You have to fill up the, because to avoid flood and things like that. So this will need a very intricate business planning, and for that, I think the best person would be a consultant who has all, who can help you with the business plan, unit economics and things like that. But trust me, I am an entrepreneur. No business plan works the same way. When you make, you can put any person, the best CA in the world, but still business plan अगर 1 करोड़ का है तो हो सकता है आपका 2 करोड़ लग जाए. So you have to be prepared mentally for that as well. And yeah, that's my 2 cents.
So
Yeah, agreed. Rohit, you want to add? Yeah.
यस, एक बहुत ही बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है। डॉक्टर साहब ने जैसे पूछा कि लैंड में, जैसे अभी विशाल जी ने बताया, जो मेजर कॉस्ट होता है अगर आप वेयर हाउस एस्टेब्लिश कर रहे हैं तो आपको लैंड का बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है। लैंड कॉस्ट ज़्यादा हो सकता है, ये आप चूज़ कर सकते हैं। अगर विलेजेस एरिया में है तो आप थोड़ा कम कॉस्ट में आपको लैंड्स मिल जाएगा। बट आपको जैसे मैंने बताया था कि रिसर्च प्रॉपर पहले करना चाहिए कि आपके आसपास आपका पर्पस क्या है। आप कोल्ड स्टोरेज बनाना चाहते हैं, ड्राई स्टोरेज बनाना चाहते हैं, या ऑपरेशनल वेयरहाउस की आपको नीड है। आपके पास प्रोडक्ट्स क्या है, आप किस कमोडिटी पे काम करना चाहते हैं, या आप एक सर्विसेबल वेयरहाउस बनाना चाहते हैं। तो जो उसमें आप कॉस्ट की बात करें तो कॉस्ट डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ वेयरहाउस अलग-अलग वेयरहाउस के लिए अलग-अलग होती है, और उसमें मैटर करता है कि आप किस टाइप की फैसिलिटीज़ अवेलेबल कर रहे हैं। और आपको आपका पूरा प्रॉपर रिसर्च होना चाहिए आपके कस्टमर बेस पे। आपके लिए कौन से कस्टमर है, क्या आपके बड़े कस्टमर्स है, कंपनीज़ है या ग्रुप्स है, या आप इंडिविजुअल फार्मर्स के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। अगर आप इंडिविजुअल फार्मर्स के लिए काम कर रहे हैं तो आपके आसपास में एक बड़ा सा फार्मर एरिया होना चाहिए, और उन फार्मर्स को नीड होनी चाहिए उस वेयर हाउस के लिए। मतलब एक मार्केट अवेलेबिलिटी आपके पास होनी चाहिए, और एक गुड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सर्विसेज आपके पास होनी चाहिए अवेलेबल। एंड आपने एक रेवेन्यू की बात करी थी। रेवेन्यू इट्स ऑल डिपेंड ऑन योर कंज्यूमर बेस एंड प्रोवाइड यू सर्विस। आप जिस प्रकार की सर्विसेज अवेलेबल करवाएंगे उस पर आपका रेवेन्यू डिपेंड करता है।
Yeah, Dr. Subroto, I hope you got the answer. And very true that before starting any business, you have to do a proper study. As rightly Vishal said, no business plan, whatever on the paper we worked off, will not going to work in real time. So you have to make the changes as per your know how the business is moving. Just in a point of the Dr. Subroto, I have one more question. That many times what happens, government impose some restrictions, so like they sometimes promote to do the export, so at the end the prices are getting better to the farmers, but what happens at the same time, the prices will be not stable in the domestic market, or sometimes they import, they ban on the importing, or they promote are getting the importing so much commodities from the outside to get better prices for the farmers. So in that way, it's quite difficult, to maintain the production for the farmers end, and also to keep the stock in the warehouses. So what is your observation, like how we can deal with these things? I like my exam, like now importing, the government has imposed 40% of the taxes for the exporting the onion to just get the better prices for the domestic market. So in that case, farmers are not able to get the better prices. So it's quite challenging for the farmers to get the better prices, and at the same time, they need to protect the interests of the consumers. So Vishal, or maybe.
I think, see, I haven't lived in Australia and matlab traveled around 13, 14 countries. So there are two type of economies: free flow economies, market led. So America में $1,000 का भी हो जाए, doesn't matter. But in India में, since we have a small marginal farmer, America में a farmer has 1,000 acres of land. वो prototyping भी करता है तो 500 एकड़ से शुरू करता है. I know few people. So, but in India we have very small farmers. Like because we work in hills, Uttarakhand, they have like 1/5 of an acre of land holding, and all scattered and all on the mountains. So I think by doing this, government protects the people, the farmers, and which is very important, because like 16% of the GDP comes from farmer, and 83% of the population, or some number, this number is not accurate maybe, but a big number, chunk of the number is involved in the agriculture and allied services. So I think that is the reason government is sensitive towards the farmer, which is, according to my personal opinion, which is very right, because yeah.
Very, very, very true, actually, Vishal. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we can go next question. I can see the attendees Nidhi raised her hand. Nidhi, you can ask the question directly to the speaker. Can you hear me? Nidhi Shah, ma'am, can you hear me?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible, ma'am. You can ask the questions.
Thank you for providing me this opportunity. I'm thankful to Vivek sir and Rohit sir for sharing their insights on warehousing opportunities and whatever brief they have given. My question is, I'm working as an academician. I'm assistant professor in agribusiness management, and I'm taking students specialized in agribusiness. So half of the class, I ask them, what do you want to do after this course? So they say we want to go into entrepreneurship, but there are challenges with those students also. As sir, Dr. The previous question, there was the scale or economies of it and how the government support is there. So the system, is it so easy to take up this business, or are some flow system, or how it is? I want to know that part so that I can communicate the system, the same thing to the students, and they can be motivated to come up into this business, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, got the question. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we got the question. Yeah. Vishal, you like to take
Thank you.
Rohit?
Oh, I will have to take these question, because it's a very interesting question, and she is very passionate about like motivating the students to take up warehousing. But like when I was starting my PPT, I was saying it's a very warehousing was the most boring thing. A decade back, no one was talking. Now there are some companies like Dehat, Way Cool. They have made millions, hundreds of millions of dollars fund. 100 crore, 500 crore wage करने के बाद, it had becomes a bit glamorous now. So I think because I'm an entrepreneur, my views are always different from like pure academics background. So my belief, Nidhi ma'am, that an entrepreneur needs to make a way. So even if it's like there are some schemes and things which we were talking about, like AIF and all, and there are several other also. NABARD also gives subsidy and things like that. But at the same time, if your student is also going to start, be it the warehousing thing, or be it like any allied thing also, it is going to be tough. But at the same time, uh, because the UN and US and all are talking about food security and things like that, a lot of funding is coming in. So initially, if you remember, no one used to fund, very few companies used to fund agri-tech companies. Now a lot of private investors, VC investors, are funding agri-tech startups. So if the guy has your student, the guy or the girl, is going to preserve and have a good business plan, and like he is going to show some traction, possibly he or she will be getting fund. But at the same time, I will tell you, in a startup ecosystem, out of 100 startups in a normal mainstream system also, 1 or 2% of them get funding. So it's agri-tech thing. So what I'm saying, that they can get funded, but with a disclaimer that it is going to be tough. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope Nidhi ma'am, you got the answer. Yeah, time is running, but we will quickly take a last question for the session. Dr. Neelam has raised her hand. Yeah, Dr. Neelam, you can ask the question directly to the speaker. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hello, Vishal,
Yeah.
sir. I am also from Uttarakhand. Now I can relate the
Which
fact
place?
that the land holding are small there and lack of proper roads because I am from basically Kausani. My hometown is Kausani. एंड वहां भी अभी भी रोड वहां पूरा नहीं है, वहां पैदल 5 किलोमीटर आपको पैदल चलना है. एंड इन मेरे घर में ऑर्चर्ड के एप्पल के ऑर्चर्ड्स हैं बहुत सारे और टी गार्डन है, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज द मार्केटिंग प्रॉब्लम इज द मेन इशू. If I want to want to pursue this startup, how should I proceed there? Because there are several factors which influence the profitability of the warehouse. और वहाँ बेसिकली हमारा जो मार्केट है वो तराई में ही है, या तो आप हल्द्वानी है या दिल्ली है मेन मार्केट. तो हमें लोकेशन वाइज भी हमें उसका पोटेंशियल देखना है, किस जगह पर हमें वेयर हाउस बनाना है, या हम लोकेशन भी मैटर करेगा उसका, क्योंकि नीचे उधम सिंह नगर में वेयर हाउस कर सकते, बट डिस्टेंस वाइज तो ये हम कैसे हम डिसाइड करें या क्या करें इसके लिए अगर हम करना चाहें इसमें आगे.
ये बहुत अमेजिंग क्वेश्चन है. कौसानी मैं जाता हूँ, हम लोग कौसानी, बागेश्वर और मुक्तेश्वर, अल्मोड़ा सब में काम करते हैं. सो आई नो. एंड नॉट वरी रोड्स. एक चीज छूट गई हम लोगों से कि घोस्ट, देयर आर मेनी घोस्ट विलेजेस आल्सो. पीपल हैव माइग्रेटेड एंड द एंटायर विलेज इज घोस्ट विलेज. सो a new movement has started in your area near Mukteshwar. I think more than 200 acres of land is under orchard now. So Kosani थोड़ा आगे है एंड कोसानी मतलब आप मुक्तेश्वर से ही होके जाते हैं. तो so what these guys are doing that I know a farmer who was the first one who has started organic apple farming in Mukteshwar around 10 acres of land. uh, if you want I can introduce you to him as well. So what he did, he used technology. So he started promoting his apple and things to online people in Delhi, because Apple can stay for almost several months, like if handled properly without too much care, because some things like like kiwi and all get wasted very fast in a month, but Apple can be there. Even like Adani apples and all you eat, they are almost a year old. So what I'm trying to say that there are two questions here. Once you have orchard and you want to supply it, so there's one question, and one is the warehousing thing. So you have to determine whether you want warehousing on that large scale or not. If not, then you can use any you can rent a part of the warehouse, or you can put your product, because the government has a scheme in which you can get each land for your products, that you put their product, and then whenever you want to sell, and then using technology, because I'm always talking about technology because I was a tech guy. I used to run an IT company. So using tech, you can sell it to people, and because a lot of people are in Delhi and all who can pay you premium, or in metro city who can pay you premium for your product, because that is coming from Uttarakhand and that is purely organic. So you have to see the forward linkage, backward linkage, and also the middle management, which is the warehousing. Then only it will succeed, Nilamji.
Yeah, I hope Dr. Neelam, you got the answer. Very important inputs, Vishal, from your end to her. Yeah, you can connect with him also. So still many questions are unanswered. But yeah, we have put the details of the speakers in the chat box, their contact details. So you can reach them and you can ask the questions to them. They will definitely try to get to solve your queries. Yeah. So yeah, coming to the end of this webinar, but before that, we have shared the feedback link of this webinar. Kindly give us the feedback, and also you can suggest the Saturday webinar topics for you want to listen, you want to organize from our end in the coming webinars. We would love to hear from you all. Also, the social media links of our pages we have shared with you all. Do follow our pages to get the regular updates of our upcoming training programs and the events that we organize just for the knowledge sharing with you all. And yeah, but last but not the least, my team who help us to organize this webinar, and Vishal and Rohit, in a very short time you accepted our invitation. We hardly get a time to promote, but still you are accepted our invitation and coming here and giving a very insightful session on the warehouse management. We are really thankful to you from the managed side. Yeah, thank you
Thank you,
once
everyone.
again to speakers and the participants. I hope to see you in the next upcoming webinar. Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.